Aloha Gang, in today's video, we're gonna go over two of my favorite ways to come up with some insane chord progressions. Let's get it. SCALER 2 is the answer to any beat block that you might have. Just sit down, pick a preset, and start experimenting. You're gonna feel just like Dr. Frankenstein resurrecting a hit monster from the depths of hell. I wanna show you my top 2 ways to come up with awesome chord progressions. If you guys are new here, welcome. I'm Aloha Alex. I have over 20 years experience of writing, performing, and producing music. Make sure to subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you never miss a video or your chance to grow your mixing and production skills. So the first way I want to show you guys how to come up with really cool chord progressions is to simply play the chords with your fingers using a keyboard or your own MIDI controller. If you guys want a really nice, super cheap MIDI keyboard, I suggest the AKM 320. I did a full breakdown of this awesome keyboard that you can get on Amazon for under $40. I will link that video in the description box below. I also have a link that you can use to pick this up if you want to. And if you use that, you help out the channel huge, and I'll love you forever. Okay, so first we need to pick a chord progression. There are 3 different ways that we can do this. First is by hitting the scales key, choose whichever note you would like, and then pick the scale that you want. And as you can see, they have tons of scales to choose from. The second way is by selecting the songs category. We can come down here and choose according to which genre of song we would like to perform. And the third way is by selecting the artist. They have a ton of artist-based chord progressions to choose from. So let's go ahead and pick a random chord progression. Let's just use disco number 1. Now, the first thing we're going to want to do is to activate this button over here on the side. This allows us to talk with the MIDI controller, and so anytime we play C2, it'll play this first chord. When we play D, it'll play the second chord, and so on. Then all we got to do is hit record and turn on your metronome. Awesome. Now we have a dope chord progression that we can use to fill out a whole song. Don't have a MIDI controller? That's okay. I'm gonna show you how to build an awesome chord progression right in SCALER 2. All right, so here's the second way we can use to come up with awesome chord progressions if you don't have a MIDI controller and you just wanna use everything inside of SCALER as an interface by itself. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and use this same Disco 1 chord progression and come up with something similar. So let's go ahead and drop this C minor down here in this bottom section, and then do the same thing, F minor, A flat major 7, and we hit that one twice. And then let's do the same thing, C minor 7, F minor 7, and then A major 7. We're gonna have that hold instead of hitting it twice. So we can do a lot here from SCALER 2. And in order to really get a hold of their robust features, we're gonna hit this Edit 2 tab over on the side. And that's gonna open up a whole host of options for us to manipulate. So as you can see right here, we have chord voicings, where we can mess with the octave, the inversion, or the semitone. We have playback timings, and then we also have playback performances, where we can add strumming effect, we can add arpeggios, we can add a whole bunch of different options right here. So let's go ahead and hear what we have so far, and we may need to manipulate it to get it sounding like that first one. So let's hit play, and I'll loop it at the same time. as you can see, it's playing fast right there. So what we're gonna wanna do, come over here to the settings section, and we're gonna wanna make these 4 beats. Go ahead and close that. That sounds closer to it. Okay, so now we need this last note to hold out longer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come down to this playback timing section, and we're gonna make the duration twice as long. So let's go up to that ×2 and let's hear it now. It'll hold twice. There we go. Boom. Now we got the same sort of thing. Now let's really nerd out and get into the nitty-gritty of all the options. Let's say we want the second time that this chord progression comes around, we want to play a lower C minor, and then for this F minor we want an inversion. We'll do an inversion for this last chord as well. All right, let's hear that now. That C minor sounds a little wonky. Let's go back up to, yeah, let's do the higher octave. Here we go. Nice. Okay, that's cool. Maybe we'll go back to that A flat major 7. So let's drag and drop that one from here. And then we're going to come down to the playback timings and let's turn this to a 1. So that'll give us a little lift, and then we'll come back down to that A flat major 7. Let's take a listen. That's cool. Okay, now let's make it even cooler, as if we could do this. So we're going to come down here into the playback performances, select group 1. Now we can change a whole bunch of awesome things right here. So let's turn on the strumming, and we'll do medium strumming. Let's do, actually, yeah, medium strumming and alternate, and let's just do random. So now it's going to have more of a human element by actually strumming these chords. Let's take a listen, and as we go through, I'll change these all. Let's just do it right now. Change these all to group number 1, and that's going to apply that same effect to every single chord. Here we go. Now it's playing it subtle. It's very subtle, but now you can hear that it sounds more of like someone playing. Beautiful. Love that. Awesome. Honestly, you guys, this is just scratching the surface. The possibilities are endless, and with the new SCALER 2.2 update, the universe just expanded to an even larger scale. If you want a full breakdown of the new features, click this video right here. I go over the new interface, bass mode, melody mode, all of which are going to get you closer to being that prolific producer that you were always meant to be. Come on in, the water's warm.